The night Janelle discovered the AirTag was the night her sense of safety broke forever. She had always worked late shifts at the small independent bookstore on Kingston Street, often stepping out after closing when the streets were quiet and most businesses had already gone dark. She never considered herself easily frightened. She lived alone, walked home alone, and never once felt watched. But that changed when winter came. The store sold donated clothing in the back room, older coats and sweaters from estate sales and community drives. One evening, as she was sorting through a box of winter wear, she found a long brown wool coat, a little dusty, but in good condition. On a whim she tried it on. Fit surprisingly well. Heavy, warm, a little vintage-looking. She smiled at her reflection in the glass of a display case. She decided she'd purchase it the next day. But that night, as she walked home wearing it, her phone vibrated. A notification flashed. An unknown AirTag is moving with you. She froze mid-step. She didn't own an AirTag. She tapped the alert. A small map appeared, a dotted line showing the AirTag traveling with her for the last 4 hours. Her pulse slammed against her ribs. It wasn't from earlier. It wasn't from the store. It had been with her long before she'd put the coat on. She quickened her pace and hurried into her apartment building, fingers shaking as she locked the door behind her. She tore the coat off and tossed it to the floor like it was something alive. She searched through each pocket. Nothing. She flipped the coat inside out, running her fingers along the seams. The AirTag had to be sewn in. She didn't find it that night. When she finally slept, it was restless, waking to the sense of someone standing outside her window, only to find nothing each time she checked. The next morning she brought the coat back to the store. She told her manager she'd changed her mind. They shrugged. The coat returned to the donation rack. But the notification did not stop. That afternoon, her phone vibrated again. The owner of an AirTag can see your location. Her mouth went dry. That meant the tracker was still with her. She tore through her purse, her backpack, her shoes. Nothing. She reset her phone. The alert came back within minutes. The location map updated, showing a slow blinking. And the dot was inside her home. She started crying, full body trembling. She called her friend, Alex, who came over immediately. He helped her search everything. Every drawer, every pocket, even inside vents. The AirTag was hidden under her car, wedged deep behind the exhaust pipe with tape. It had been there long before she ever found the coat. Meaning, the coat wasn't the beginning. The coat was a message. Police filed a report, but there was little they could do. They disabled the AirTag, but the damage was already done. Someone had marked her, surveyed her, followed her patterns, knew where she slept, when she walked home, when she was alone. A week passed. Then two. The bookstore remained busy, winter picking up with holiday shoppers. She almost began to feel normal again. Until a package arrived. No return address. No name. Just her first initial. Handwritten. Inside was the same brown wool coat. Freshly dry cleaned. And a note tucked into the sleeve. It looks better on you. Stop trying to get rid of me. That night she didn't go home. She didn't sleep. She didn't return to the bookstore. She left the city entirely. Moved states. Changed her number. But every few months, no matter where she went, no matter what new life she built, her phone would buzz. An unknown AirTag is moving with you. And every time, she knew the coat wasn't just clothing. It was the first hello. Marcus had been a delivery driver for almost 6 years, and he thought he had seen everything the night shift could throw at him. Drunks, empty highways, strange houses with no lights on but doors wide open. But nothing unnerved him quite like the quiet neighborhood on the edge of town, where the houses sat too far apart and the streetlights flickered like they were running out of breath. He avoided that area when he could. But one rainy Tuesday night, his route took him right through it. He was delivering 3 small packages to a single address. 112 Willow Bend Road. The house looked abandoned. Yard overgrown, windows smudged with grime, a porch that sagged under the weight of its own decay. But Marcus wasn't paid to judge. He scanned the packages and headed back to the van. As he climbed inside, he noticed something unusual on the passenger seat. An Apple Airtag, plain white, no keychain, no case. Just the tag. He frowned. Airtags didn't just appear out of nowhere. His phone buzzed almost instantly. An unknown Airtag is moving with you. His chest tightened. He searched the van. Under the seats, glove compartment, floors. Nothing. The Airtag on the seat must be the one. Maybe it fell out of a customer's pocket earlier. Maybe someone accidentally dropped it inside. He tossed it into the glove box, slammed it shut, and started the engine. He drove another 5 miles before the notification changed. The owner of this Airtag can see your location. He froze. His eyes flicked to the glove box. The tag wasn't lost. Someone intentionally put it there. Someone wanted to know exactly where he was, at all times. He pulled into a gas station, yanked open the glove box, grabbed the Airtag, and threw it into the trash beside the pumps. He watched it sink beneath coffee cups, wrappers, and old receipts. He drove off fast. For the rest of the night, no alerts. No buzzing. No feeling of being watched. He didn't think about it again. 3 days later, while loading his van for the next shift, there it was. Sitting perfectly centered on the driver's seat. The same Airtag. Same scratches. Same faint smudge on the plastic. Like it had never left the van. His throat tightened and cold sweat gathered along his neck. Someone had access to his vehicle. Someone had been inside. He drove straight to the police station. But there was little they could do. They scanned the serial data. The Airtag had been registered with a burner Apple ID. Impossible to trace. One officer shrugged and said, "It's probably some prank kid." Marcus knew it wasn't. Pranks don't follow people home. The next night, his shift ended at 2:14 a.m. His apartment complex parking lot was dimly lit, the lamps casting long shadows across the cracked asphalt. As he approached his van to lock it, he noticed something else on the windshield. Photograph. Photo of him. Taken from behind. Walking into his apartment building. His keys clenched in his right hand. Jacket slung over his shoulder. Completely unaware of the camera pointed at him. He turned slowly, scanning the parking lot. It was empty. Utterly still. But he could feel it, someone was watching him. His phone buzzed. An unknown Airtag is moving with you. He nearly dropped the phone. He searched his pockets, his clothes, the new backpack he'd bought only yesterday to avoid contamination. Nothing. He tore apart his apartment. Pillows, drawers, light fixtures under the bed behind picture frames. Nothing. His phone buzzed again. Another alert. Then another. Then another. 4 Airtags. All moving with him. He didn't sleep that night. He sat against his bedroom wall, locked door, lights on, kitchen knife in hand, as the hours dragged past 3. Then 4. Then sunrise. He didn't go to work the next day. He didn't pick up calls. He didn't eat. The alerts kept coming. The owner can see your location. This Airtag has been tracking your movement. Airtag detected near you. Over and over. He smashed his phone in a panic, but it didn't matter. Because the next morning, he woke to find something taped to his front door. Polaroid photo. Him again. Leaping. Taken from inside his own bedroom. His knife still in his hand. His eyes closed. His body slumped against the wall. Someone had been there. Standing over him. Watching him. Close enough to breathe on him. The note beneath the photo read, "You drive the same route every night. You should have noticed me by now." Marcus left that day. He didn't pack. He didn't quit. He just ran. But he knows the roads aren't empty now. He knows that somewhere someone is behind him. Someone who knows which direction he's heading. Someone who likes to follow, quietly, patiently. And every so often, even today, his phone will vibrate. Even on a brand new phone. Even in a new city. Even under a new name. An unknown Airtag is moving with you. When Nina started her new job as an evening receptionist at Westview Medical Center, she didn't think it would be anything more than quiet hallways, occasional paperwork, and the steady hum of fluorescent lights. The hospital was only partially operational now. Most of the wings had been shut down years ago due to budget cuts. Only the emergency ward and the long-term care floor remained active. Her shift was from 5 p.m. to midnight. The building always felt too still after visiting hours. Too quiet. But quiet never meant safe. On her second week, she received a delivery envelope at the front desk. No name. No sender. Just her first initial on the front, in neat handwriting. Inside was a single Apple Airtag. She stared at it, confused. The hospital occasionally used Airtags for shared equipment, but these were always labeled, tracked, and registered. This one was plain. Her phone vibrated immediately. "This Airtag is moving with you." She frowned. Maybe it was registered to the hospital system. Maybe it was a mislabeled device from equipment inventory. She placed it in a drawer and forgot about it. But the alert returned the next night. And the next. Every shift. 5:14 p.m. Exact. The notification would appear the second she stepped inside the hospital. She searched her bag, her coat, her clothing. No AirTag. But the alert stayed active. Something was always moving with her. One night, after a particularly long shift, she rode the elevator down to the main entrance. The hospital was silent, the kind of silence that feels aware. As she walked down the hallway, the overhead motion lights flicked on one by one in front of her. She stopped. The lights continued to flick on, one by one, as if someone unseen was walking ahead of her. She stood frozen, heart thudding. Another notification buzzed. "The owner of this AirTag can see your location." She turned, pulse hammering in her ears. The hallway behind her remained dark. But she wasn't alone. She could feel it. The head nurse, Evelyn, noticed Nina's shaken expression and pulled her aside. "You look pale," she said. "Everything all right?" Nina hesitated, then told her about the AirTag. Evelyn's smile dropped. Her hands tightened around the clipboard. "Nina, did anyone tell you about the 13th floor?" Nina blinked. "There is no 13th floor." "There was," Evelyn said quietly. "Before the closure. Long-term psych unit. One patient in particular was problematic. He believed everyone was following him. He used to dismantle electronics, track devices, tear into walls looking for signals. He swore people were watching him from behind reflective surfaces. He was convinced someone was attached to him." Nina felt her stomach twist. "What happened to him?" "He disappeared," Evelyn whispered. "In the hospital. During a power outage. They never found him. But his keycard has been logged, multiple times, after his disappearance. In restricted areas. Always at night." Nina tried to speak, but her throat was tight. Evelyn leaned closer. "If you're getting stalking notifications, Nina, it may not be someone following you. It might be something that thinks you're following it." That night, Nina stayed late again. The air felt dense, heavy, touching. She walked past the old stairwell that led to the upper floors that were sealed off. No lights, no signage, no access. But as she passed, the stairwell door creaked open. Cold air spilled out. And her phone vibrated. "AirTag detected near you." Her pulse roared in her ears. She didn't want to look, but she did. At the top of the dark staircase, a figure stood. Head tilted like it was studying her. No face she could see. Just presence. Then it stepped forward. Low. Deliberate. Nina backed away, whispering, "No, no, no." Another buzz. "The owner can see your location." Her legs moved before she consciously decided to run. She sprinted through the hallway, lights flickering overhead in rapid succession, the figure's footsteps echoing behind her. Soft but unmistakable. Not rushing. Just following. Patient. As if it knew she could not escape. She reached the front desk, gasping, and grabbed her phone to call security. But the call screen was already open, already dialed, already ringing. To her own phone number. Someone answered, breathing low, steady, right behind her. She dropped the phone. She didn't look back. She ran out of the hospital into the freezing night air, lungs burning, tears streaking hot down her face. She didn't stop until she reached her car. She sped home, hands shaking on the wheel, sobbing as the hospital shrank into darkness behind her. She never returned to that job. She changed her number, moved apartments, stopped answering unknown calls. But the notifications continued. Not every day, not every week, just frequently enough. Always at night, always when she was alone. And she learned something. If the notification comes with sound, it means the AirTag is nearby. But if the notification comes silent, without vibration, without tone, it means the owner is already close enough to hear it themselves. Tonight, her phone lights up quietly beside her bed. The screen glows in the darkness. No vibration, no chime, just text. An unknown AirTag is moving with you. And from the hallway outside her bedroom, the faintest sound of footsteps,